Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, 11:55 in Honolulu, 5:55 in New York on Thursday, 11th day of April, 2024, and this is the evening report for gold and silver. Gold prices have moved dramatically higher to yet a new record high. We have to see this through the eyes of a 1-hour candlestick chart due to the fact that Globex is closed and Australia will not open for approximately 5 minutes. Currently, we have April gold at $2,390.60. And to see the net gain, we have to first look at a daily chart, which shows gold at $2,372.70. And that was a net change of $27.30. We have to add the additional $18 to get our $40 rise that we saw in gold today. Silver also gained significant ground today at the New York Exchange, gaining 49 cents or a rise of 1.75%, taking the most active July contract to $28.54.5. The dollar index had very little input on gold and silver's rise today, with a fractional gain of 0.08%, taking the dollar index to 105.344. Australia has been open for just under 20 minutes, and this is what a daily chart looks like. If we look at the net change in gold during the day, it shows a long wick. However, that is a little bit incorrect, in that in Globex, immediately following New York's close, we saw an additional rise, that is this wick, closing at around $23.90. The additional $4 was made in terms of an intraday high before Australia opened, but is now gapped higher at $23.94.70. But on days like today, it does us no good to look at a daily chart. I've turned back to a 1-hour standard candlestick chart, 23.93.30. You can see that gold has made a new all-time record high at $2,397.90. It is trading off that high. At some point, short-term traders will look to pull profits or initiate short positions at this record level, and we could currently be at that point. As you can see, gold has dropped. It is now at $23.91 after hitting a new record high in Australia. This is a lot of activity on a 1-hour chart. The first 35 minutes in trading in Australia, you typically do not get this kind of range, but this is not your typical gold market. Assuming that we do see gold correct at this point, which is a logical point, there are a couple of ways we can plot a decent entry price. The first thing is to look at the open that occurred on the 9th day of April, and the following hour in which it opened. This is all at around 23.80. To look for a more detailed area where gold could sell off to, we need to put in a Fibonacci retracement, which I have just put in. I'm only looking at the last, say, 14 hours of trading, starting from this low at $2,343.50 up to the highest level it hit on this 1-hour bar chart. If we do that, the logical place is to look to see how it trades at 23.84. That roughly matches with this upper wick on this high that occurred a few days back. Below that would be 23.75. I am rounding down, obviously. The 50% retracement is at 23.70. The key is we've not seen any kind of real retracements or any notable correction since this rally began. We've converted our 1-hour chart to a half-hour chart. We can see that it's been caught in a tight range between about 23.94 on the top to about 23.89 on the bottom. It is closer to the top than the bottom. It seems even with this tight range, we've got to look at volume, because volume is insignificant, which is going to A, increase the volatility, and B, doesn't give us a true read really until Hong Kong opens up in a few hours. On the other hand, looking to buy a breakout above this beckons to ask, what is the risk reward like? Nonetheless, we have to be cognizant to the fact that this continues to move in an exaggerated manner with tremendous upside price gains on a daily basis. My final thoughts. We have seen gold move in excess of $140 in the last 10 days of trading. I have to act with an abundance of caution because I have been here before. While it took gold approximately 2 months to hit the all-time record high, it would sell off over 80% of the gains in a period of 4 weeks, which is why in times of extreme volatility, preserving the capital we have made is more important than initiating the next trade. This has been Gary Wagner wishing you as always good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow for the weekly wrap-up and review. Bye-bye.